Good morning. I'm Dr. Suzanne Prevost. I'm Dean of the Capstone College of Nursing, which is on the main campus of the University of Alabama. So I'm a long-term member of SNRS, and I've just recently completed a 2-year term as president of Sigma Theta Tau International. How many of you are also dual members of SNRS and Sigma Theta Tau? So it's good to be in like-minded company. Okay, Sigma Theta Tau has a long history of funding. Our organization is 92 years old, and we've been funding research grants for 80 years. Our first grant was funded in 1934, a $600 grant, which in today's funds would be about an $8,000 grant. We have a wide variety of international and co-sponsored grants that are offered annually and cover a wide range of globally relevant topics. And our funding rate on overall is about 22 to 26%. However, for some of our programs, we receive very few applications and the funding rate is much higher. So, why would you apply for a Sigma Theta Tau grant? Well, first of all, let me say that our grants are available to both novice and experienced researchers, but they are particularly good for new researchers. How many students do we have in the room? Okay, how many people do we have who are presenting their research for the first time? Okay, so if you're a new researcher and you've, absolutely. If you're a new researcher and you've not received research funding yet, this is a great place to start. So our grants program includes the small grants program, which is the one that most people are familiar with. We also have a number of co-sponsored grants, which I will run through very quickly. We have the Doris Block Research Award, the Global Nursing Research Grant, the Joan Stout Grant, which is focused on simulation, the Rosemary Burkle Crisp Maternal Child Grant, and the Virginia Henderson Clinical Research Grants. All of our proposals are submitted through an online mechanism, and all of our grants are made available based on donations from our members and from our corporate sponsors. So one that is particularly relevant to this audience is our co-sponsored grant with SNRS, and the application deadline for that one is April 1st. So this is good timing. You can go home and think about this and put together an application. And to apply for this, you have to be a dual member of both Sigma Theta Tau and SNRS. We also have a Global Nursing Research Grant, which is fairly new, and the deadline for that is May 1st. It's a $12,000 award, and the intended focus are issues that have to do with global health disparities. Our Joan Stout grant, as I mentioned, focuses on simulation. How many of you work with simulation? Okay, not a lot of funding sources for this, so this is a good option for you. A $5,000 grant, applications are due July 1st. Now, as I mentioned, our most popular program is our small grants program, and we receive applications for those December 1st is the application deadline. Those are $5,000 awards, and we give out between 10 and 15 each year. Also in the December 1st time frame is our Doris Block Research Award, our Rosemary Crisp Award, and our Virginia Henderson Award. So about 20 small grants that we give out with an application deadline of December 1. Now, we also have several co-sponsored grants, co-sponsored with other organizations. You can see a list of them here. These have variable deadlines throughout the year. If you check our website, you'll see which ones are coming up. The next one, the next deadline that's coming up is the one that is co-sponsored with the Emergency Nurses Foundation, and that's due March 1st. Just to tell you a few of these that we don't get a lot of applications for is our Diabetes Educator Grant, our Perioperative Grant, and one that we really don't receive many applications at all is our co-sponsored grant with the Rehab Nursing Foundation. So if any of you are involved in rehabilitation nursing, I'd encourage you to consider that one. Due date for that one is March 1st. Tanya Rutherford Hemming, do you happen to be in the room? Tanya was our SNRS Sigma Theta Tau grant recipient last year. And Rick Kwan is an example of one of our international grant recipients. He received a grant last year to fund a project looking at acupressure for managing agitation in nursing home residents. I also want to bring to your attention our International Nurse Researcher Hall of Fame. This is a great honor and a wonderful celebration that we have every year at our International Research Congress meeting. And we will be inducting a new cohort into our Hall of Fame at our meeting in Hong Kong in July. If you know someone who has a program of research that has had international impact, I would encourage you to nominate them for this honor. Nominations are due the 1st of December, so we've already accepted nominations for the class that will be inducted this summer, but in December of 2014 you can nominate someone for the new class that will come in July 2015. And we also have a number of other international awards that are available through our website. We have a lot more detail. We also have a booth in the exhibit hall. And finally, I would like to ask you, how many of you have had a grant from Sigma Theta Tau, either from your chapter or Sigma Theta Tau International? Okay. Now, all of you, as you know, those of you that have received grants, this is a startup grant for a lot of initial nurse researchers. And okay. So my last challenge, all of you who have received a grant through Sigma Theta Tau, I encourage you to pay it forward by making a donation either to Sigma Theta Tau or to SNRS research funds.
Perfect.